What's going on, guys? Time to drive Group C, the craziest cars to ever race at Le Mans. All right, guys. As you can see, we got the round wheel on today because we're driving Group C cars, and I'm gonna need all that extra diameter. Doing a comparison on Automobilista 2, but we're continuing the Group C theme, the most beautiful gameplay ever, and we're continuing the theme because later tonight we're gonna do this same comparison on Assetto Corsa. So stay tuned for that. But I was driving on here kind of prepping for the Assetto Corsa video, and I come to realize they don't have long tail and low downforce and high downforce as separate cars, but depending on what track you go to, it'll actually force you to pick between the two, which I actually really like because it's more accurate. You can, on other games, they have short tail and long tail versions. On here, if you go to Daytona, you're getting the low wing. If you go to Spa or Laguna, you're getting the high wing. So stay tuned. We're going to use both versions of that. We got 4 cars to go through today. All right, guys. So talking about it a little earlier, they have the low downforce and they have the high downforce. I was just kind of joking around, killing time before going to Josh's house later. But if you look here, okay, 962C, you can see that big rear wing, which is my favorite version of the 962. But what I didn't realize, and again, it's the same on all 4 cars. So we'll go here, show you showroom. And just to give an example, look how big that rear wing is. Corvette, of course, of course, it's not showing it. But anyway, okay, so yeah, big shot. So Nissan. Oh, go back. You kind of get the point. But if you go back here, change the track. So let's go Monza. Showroom. In the corner it says low downforce, right? So I like that it forces you to use what they would have used in real life, makes it more realistic. And there goes your long tail. So I'm like, all right, well, I may as well do one on here too. So that's kind of what got me into it. And again, if you go, it's most clear on the Nissan and the Porsche. Go back to the showroom. Look at that, super low wing. And you feel that difference on the track. So the plan today, we're gonna do a video at Daytona with the low downforce, and then we're gonna do that same comparison or same car in its high downforce version at Spa. We're gonna compare the lap times, and then we're going to say, all right, well, it's just me today, but then I'm gonna say between low downforce and high downforce, I prefer this car across the calendar. So that's the plan of today's video. Stay tuned. We're going to go into some gameplay now. I'm going to say 10 laps with each car in both variations. And then I'm going to pick my favorite and show you all the driving. Alright, so we're getting ready to move on to Spa for the high downforce settings. I have a feeling the pecking order is going to change a little bit. So far so good though. It's closer than I initially thought. And the surprise of the pack so far is definitely that Corvette. Having a lot of fun with that. It's just fun to drive. But we're going to go into the high downforce track, which of course means your chassis and your aero make a little bit more of a difference. So we're gonna keep pushing these videos. But man, what a pack of legends, what a legendary set of regulations. So what a group of cars, right? Group C was absolutely the craziest set of regulations. Really, it just got like so insane. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and go into each car before we end the video. We'll start out with the Porsche. 710 horsepower, 500 pound-feet of torque. So it's the least powerful car, but it's also the most confidence-inspiring. For me, being able to, you know, just send it through corners with less fear of the car turning around trying to kill me, it goes a long way. So naturally, I think I will be able to race the longest with that car, which is, I mean, they made it easy to drive. That was one of the biggest goals with that car. You can tell it has ground effects compared to others in the group having more of a aerodynamic type of thing. You could tell this car has just excellent ground effects, downforce. So that's my favorite, unsurprised. Next, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the Corvette. Now, the Corvette, I don't know how much of it's a mix of like real car and fictional, but it is very fun. I remember seeing pics of the Corvette back in the day, you know, with the white and black colorway, white, black, and red, and it's just fun. Like, I was able to be on pace pretty easily compared to other cars we'll talk about later. Big naturally aspirated V8. Big power. I was not expecting that to be very fun in the group, but you know, looking into it more, it does have a Lola chassis underneath. They just made it look like a Corvette, and that's awesome, right? All fun cars. The Nissan, I love this car, I'm not gonna lie to you. As I got ready to do this video, I did a little more research, and of course fell off the deep end looking in the Group C. This car is actually has roots with the modern McLaren 3.8 liter. So cool side note, but it's the most powerful. Does not have the most torque though. We're talking about 918 horsepower, 643 pound-feet out of a 3.5 liter V8. Honestly, this sounds the best on board to drive because you can just hear it. You just hear that turbo pushing, while as the Porsche you hear more blow-off valve, and the C9 is just savage. But yeah, the Nissan, I was able to be on pace relatively quickly. Just a super fun car to drive. I do think it looks the ugliest in its Le Mans spec, but you know, that's neither here or there. And lastly, the Sauber C9. What a beast, man. An absolute animal, savage beast. Definitely the hardest to drive, but if you dial it back to like 8 or 9 tenths, you can tell that that's kind of where its sweet spot is, because it just makes so much power and torque. 850 horsepower, but more importantly 743 pound-feet. So you know, we do our lobbies together, and that's when we found out how much quicker the C9 was than everything else. We went to Daytona, which is kind of unfair because it's made for Le Mans. Daytona is the closest thing in this game to that, but it just ran away, and you feel that torque over the other cars in the group. Another part that I absolutely love is all the turbocharged cars have side exit, and you can just see the flame just pushing out in the replays. Automobilista 2 is a really fun game for that. But yeah, absolute fun. If I had to pick one car to do a league with low high force and with high downforce and low downforce tracks, it would definitely be the Porsche. If I were just having fun, I would probably drive the Corvette, though I think I would be on pace with the Vet too. But no doubt the Porsche is the easiest to drive. Unsurprisingly, David picks the Porsche again as his favorite, right? But we're gonna go ahead and wrap the video up. All right. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We're gonna go ahead and go into the lap times of what actually was the fastest, and then we're gonna talk about high downforce versus low downforce. So first off, let me start by saying, man, these cars are absolute beasts. The fact that they were able to do this, driving 10 tenths most of the time with the clutch and pulling G's and insane, because I could never. It'd take a lot of time in the chair. Also, I noticed my chassis is at its limits between the low cell and the direct drive. But like I said at the start of the video, we did low downforce and high downforce. Low downforce was at Daytona. Easy course, fast course, still a fun course. So in the Porsche, I was the slowest. I did 139.5, which is okay, but I feel like I could do that over and over again. Then the Corvette, I went 138.1, which actually surprised me. C9, 137.1, which absolute beast. And then the Nissan, I did a 138.8, so almost a 139. Just beastie cars, man. At Spa, however, that was when you noticed more of the chassis, more of the car's strengths and weaknesses. It changed the order a lot. The C9 kind of kicked my butt, I'm not gonna lie. But with that car, I went 210.9, which is actually the quickest of the bunch. Unsurprising, because that car has the most torque, it's the meanest. But could I do that 2 or 3 times in a row? Absolutely not. Next, though, I went when the Corvette. I did a 211.4. Definitely a respectable time, but the brakes, I felt like the brakes were the weak point. Even though it is a Lola chassis, it definitely was the weak point. Porsche 962, 211.3. So all the cars were really close together, guys. But 211.3, again, the most confidence-inspiring car. I probably could get even closer to that Porsche. But more importantly, I could do that again and again and again. And lastly, the Nissan 211.4. So it's three. All the cars are within half a second at Spa, which kind of was the whole point. I spent a lot of time with each car. And then I spent a lot of time with each car to make sure I got a lap I was happy with. So those were the lap times. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the video and let you guys just get a couple clean laps with me driving this Nissan 89C at Suzuka. And then we're going to go into our outro. But this is the best sounding car of the bunch. If I had to rank them, I'd probably say this first, then the C9 Sauber, then the Corvette, just a big simple V8, but NA, so it ain't gonna be as good. And then the Porsche last, but definitely not a bad sounding car. But it's funny, with the Nissan, you could hear the turbos pushing throughout the rev range. The Porsche, you hear more of the blow off than anything else. And then the Sauber, just savage, just everything, gears, everything. But I'm gonna go ahead and go into this gameplay as I come into the turn right before 130R. Enjoy the gameplay, and yeah. guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Apex Vision TV. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Your favorite Group C car. Let me know how you made it to the end. Stay tuned, man. We got another Group C video coming out later this week. Heading over to Josh's house to get some Assetto Corsa in, no assist. It's always a good time racing on his setup and hanging out with him. So that's going to be the next video. We're going to do Assetto Corsa. But hope you guys like the video, man. I'm really working to figure out, perfect this gameplay side of Apex. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned because we got more Group C content. We got more racing content. Goal is to, host servers, do these races with random people, and have some fun. Stay tuned.